Hey guys, so today I'm here for a really exciting video, and that is to finally do a book review of Because You Love to Hate Me by Amory. I think that's how you say Amory. I just could not speak for a second, but I'm really excited because I got this book like months ago and I've been wanting to read it since, and I finally did it. And then I've been working some really early shifts like 5:30, 6, 7, and I've been dying, so I just have not felt like filming, but today is the day that I'm going to do it. Doing it, and I'm excited to talk about this book. And you know, something else really exciting is like my dad was in Nepal for 2 weeks and I had to run the family business, and then I also had to look after my neighbour's dog, but he came back and got me all nice jewelry. So this is from Nepal. Can you see it? Like, I think it's really pretty, and this bracelet that has writing on it. He got me a few other things, like I've got him here, like some prayer flags and all that fun stuff. Some notes that I can look at, and something really cool as I'm holding this up too, but it's a notebook made out of it's handmade paper, which is really cool. Like, it's a really cool notebook. Like, can you see these pages? Like, it's a very weird feeling, and I love it. And it smells, everything smells a bit, but like I think that's just like something about Nepal, like some of the things just smell a bit, but it's really fun. And like he got me like these pouches with stuff in them too, and he got me like little bookmarks too, if you can see them. They're like these knitted of things, and he got me a few of them, but like it was really nice. I got all these cool things, and there's gonna be a book haul coming soon too, guys, because my prize for running the business is books. So he's giving me a budget and I'm gonna buy some books, and I'm excited. But anyway, to get back on with the book review, I'm very excited. This is gonna be a spoiler-free review. I might just give a few of my thoughts about each story, but generally I really enjoyed this. It was a really great idea having booktubers and authors come together, because it's really showing how important booktubers actually are, and it's just so awesome seeing the work that some of my favorite people have done in this book, but I'm excited to talk about it. So I'm looking at my Goodreads review here because I gave each story a rating, and like I need to look at this to remember. But the first story was The Blood of Imori, Blood of Imori, and this is one of my like least favorite stories, and I gave it a 2.5 out of 5, so just a very half rating, average read. Like, this one I was just a bit like confused about, and it was the first one, and I started it, and it's about, felt like sort of like this really bratty boy who was very annoyed that he doesn't have power, but like somehow this story, there's like a society where women are in charge, so there's like hardly any men, but he's there and his father's there and all the women in charge, and was very confused. Like, yes, it's a short story and you're not really meant to have that many details, but I was just confused, and I was like, I want a bit more, and I finished it and I was like, okay, it's alright. But I did like to, like, they have the, like, you have the short story, then you actually have like a couple of pages of the booktubers talking about their story and like having some like little fun things and doing some great, so that was something really interesting to have like their input into the book as well, not just the prompt that they gave the authors. The next story was called Jack, and I gave this one 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I enjoyed it. It's a different spin on the Jack and the Beanstalk story, and I liked having like the giant's perspective in this one, and it was just really interesting, and it got me at the end. I was like, oh my god, this is a bit scary, and I'm excited, but I liked that one. Then we had Gwen and Art and Lance, and I gave this one 4.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the layout of this one because it was like through emails and text. It was so interesting having a modern day version of like the Lancelot and the Arthur and the Gwen, and I really enjoyed it and how everything like got put together. So this one went for a little while because you didn't get any descriptions of what people were doing, you just got the messages, but I enjoyed it. Then we've got Shirley and Jim, which I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars, and this was like a gender bender of the Sherlock story. You've got Shirley Sherlock, and then it was like Jane Watson, and then you've got Jim Moriarty. I don't know who this character is, but I enjoyed the story and how they were playing chess, and it was interesting, and you were kind of getting like a backstory of what this person was going to become, but I've never really watched or know or do anything with Sherlock Holmes, so I was like, I've read it and I still enjoyed it without having any of that information, so it was good. The next one was The Blessing of Little Wants, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed the idea of the witches in this one, and it was a bit confusing for me though, because there was this character that was her friend that I wasn't sure was like someone in her head who was like trying to get her to do evil things, or actually her friend. So I was very confused because some people couldn't see this person, and I was just very confused about what was going on. But overall I enjoyed it, and the way that like magic was sort of getting banned in a sense, and not as many people could do what they wanted, and some people would hide their magic, but I really enjoyed it. And the outcome of this one, again, like you're gonna sort of expect that something villainous is gonna be the outcome of these books, so it was interesting and I really did enjoy that one. And we've come to the point where we can talk about my favourite story, and that was The Sea Witch, and I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this so much. Like, I love Ursula retellings and the Little Mermaids and just mermaids, but I really enjoyed how this one went, and I felt so bad for the main character in this one, and I was just like, yeah, get your revenge, have everything you want, but it was just really enjoyable. Then we've got Beautiful Venom, which I gave 4 out of 5 stars. It's a Medusa retelling, but they're like Asian, which was really cool. So had all the stories from Asia, and then you got the Medusa story, and then you got the Greek gods. And this one was a bit like confronting though, like in a sense, because it's like the main character in this one like got raped, and then she got blamed for it, and then everything sort of dwindled from that. And it was very sad because it's like, what is wrong with people? What is wrong with everyone? But I still think this was like a really well written story and I enjoyed it. Then we have Daphneal, which I gave 4.5 out of 5 stars, and I really enjoyed this one. Like, it was a Hades story, but again, I was confused because I didn't really know the outcome of what happened in the story. Like, if it was, like, it's kind of a like, I feel like this story is just going to keep recurring and recurring each and every day, and I don't understand how that really works, but I enjoyed it, and the characters were fun, and like how like one of the characters started to feel a bit more human, and it's like crazy how 30 pages gives you so much love for a character. Then we've got Marigold, which I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars. I enjoyed this one, and the outcome was quite interesting, where you think, like, a lot of the time you think something's going to be bad, but it's the exact opposite of what you thought. But I enjoyed this one, and it was very magical and fun, and there's like people in the forest frolicking, and it was all interesting. But I definitely enjoyed this one, and like the way the relationships were in it as well. Then you've got You, It's All About You, which I gave 3 out of 5 stars. This one was a bit boring because it was talking in second perspective, and I was very confused because I'm like, I wouldn't do any of these things, so I can't relate when it's like in my own perspective in a sense. But it was very weird in just, yeah, I just found it weird. But there was a really good cliffhanger at the end of this one, and I was like, oh, shit, yeah. Then we've got Julian Breaks Every Rule, and I gave this one 2.5 out of 5 stars. Again, very average. I was just a bit bored by it and the way that it was, and it seemed like the villainous thing wasn't really like, it was just like, yeah, whatever to me, really. But I'm rooting for him. So all I'm saying is I'm rooting for him. Then we've got Indigo and Shade, which was 4 out of 5 stars, and this one was like a Beauty and the Beast thing, but more centered on Gaston, and I liked it. It was very enjoyable, and I really did enjoy like the way this story developed and was made, and like I just really enjoyed it, and it was sad at the end, but it was really, really fun. Then the last one we've got is Sarah, which I gave 3.5 out of 5 stars, and this one was interesting. It was a gender bender of the God of War, and I enjoyed it, and it was interesting, and the way it was written is so Nicola Yoon. Even though I haven't said any of the authors that have done these stories, but just reading it, I was just like, it's her, and I loved it. So after I calculated all my ratings, I got 3.6 out of 5, but I just mocked that up to 4 stars because like some of the stories, like I can't really give it 5 stars if some of the stories I didn't like as much as the other ones, but I'm giving it 4 stars because it was above average, but like not right to the top. But I really enjoyed the idea of this. I've never read a short story collection like this before. Like, I mean, I've recently read The Language of Thorns, but that one's more like stories that sort of relate to each other, and it's not different authors, and I feel like they're all just very similar feeling, but these are all different authors' perspectives and stories. But there's a few that I really want to buy, but I haven't gotten to yet. But I like the idea of these short stories, and I enjoyed it, so it was a good new experience for me. But overall, I truly really did like this, and I do recommend you guys all read it because they're all great stories. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed my book review, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!